NFL Network.
Yeah, when I came in the league in 2006, I know that's a long time ago, the atmosphere was a lot different. You know, we were 1 and 2, it'd be some pissed off guys walking around here, calling guys out, team meetings without the coaches. But today's football, it's a lot different. Yeah. A lot of these guys can't take that. A lot of these guys don't like to be called out. They want to fight or they want to be traded. And that's pretty much where we're going today with this game. Is as you can see, the rule changes and everything is just different.
Delanie Walker is 35 years old. He has played in 179 games in his career, multiple teams, multiple situations, and there he is pointing out some key differences from when he entered the league back in 2006 to now, and I think he is justifiably so, throwing some shade at younger players in the league who demand trades and potentially cannot take criticism. What do you guys think?
I don't want to categorize the entire league because there's still some guys that approach the league in a very professional manner. But Delanie Walker is talking about a large group of young players that can't deal with adversity, can't deal with loss, can't deal with a teammate calling them out. Back in my day, I know I sound old, I'm only 38, but back in my day, I could, if this was a team setting, I can go to Kyle and tell him how great he was in the game, give him a hug, dap it up, walk away. Also tell him how bad he was in the game, give him a hug, dap him up, and walk away. And even take it a step further, when asked by the media, I can be honest enough to say, you know what, I didn't play well, I have to be better. Kyle Brandt, I know he can play better than that. He brings it every single week, and this week, I don't know what was on his mind. He just didn't come with his A game. I need him to step up next week. You say that now about somebody, these players get in their feelings, and they get mad. Then all of a sudden, they start subtweeting and atting you, but not really atting you. And then they're afraid to talk to you in the locker room, so now you're sitting in a family atmosphere where you're staring across the locker room at a guy that has a problem with you only because you were honest. What these young guys don't understand is honesty is the only way that you're going to get over mistakes. Why the Patriots so good? Because when something happens, they address it in real time. When Bill Belichick wants to confront Tom Brady, he's going to cuss Tom Brady out if he messes up.
So do you agree with Delanie?
100%. It's the top guy on the roster all the way to the bottom guy on the roster. And if the relationship between players and coaches is completely real and transparent, a player can walk into a coach's office, look him in his eyes and say, I don't think you're doing your job. I don't think you're putting us in the best position to be successful. And the coach won't get mad and try to trade him either. I feel like these young guys, they walk into this league with 1 million followers and they're cool and they go buy jewelry before they buy a touchdown. And this isn't everybody. But they're feeling themselves before they even understand what being a professional is. And that's what Delanie is talking about.
So adapt. Adapt. That's what the young guy is now. Adapt. What are you doing? You're crying at your locker right now about how they used to be. Adapt. I think that everyone killed Kingsbury when he got in the league because he said, I'm going to give them a telephone break. I'm going to let them use their phones, get the social media in, come on back.
Yeah, they're having a good season, Strager.
This is the new NFL.
You use the example, bro.
You sound like an old man.
Who should adapt? The older guys or the young guys? What do you mean?
The older guys and the coaches. This
Change
is what you're not going to change it. This phone is not going anywhere. This is what it is now.
Right.
So Delanie Walker sitting there as a team leader and complaining about the younger guys. I respect the hell out of Delanie Walker.
Yeah, no doubt,
I really love his message too. But I also think everyone around it needs to adapt. Like, this is what it is now. This is society. Like, these kids are going to be changing their jerseys at the end of the game and posting for it on Instagram. They're not going to be fighting after the game because they're on different teams. They make too much money. There's too much at stake. And they've got these brands. It is what it is. Like, we can lament about the good days and the days of old, but the world changes and everyone needs to adapt with it. And some of us need to get off that corner of it used to be better. And when I was a young guy, this is how... To me, a lot of coaches run into problems when they run an old school style, and they are so. But
except the team that wins pretty much every year.
He's such an outlier, Belichick. And Brady is as cool with the 21-year-old guy as he is with the 38-year-old. I love Delanie Walker.
I understand where you're coming from.
You can look at your mentions and do all that without letting it affect how you conduct yourself. Go ahead, do it. It's what he's saying is, I say one thing and they run it to him and he gets mad at me. So there should be a relationship between teammates, I would think. That I know Delanie said that, but I'm good with Delanie, and I'm not going to let it mess me up. I'm not going to go back at him. There's a way to adapt without letting it infect you as a teammate. I think that's what he's talking about.
I think he's saying that also when you start off with a bad season, the record they have, they should not be happy. I mean, Delanie Walker at 35, he brought it. He had 2 touchdowns the first week. He had over 100 yards, I think the next week or the week after in week 3. Like, he's doing what he can to help this team. So I think there's a feeling of complacency. Like, we lost, it's okay. I still have this. I still have my brand. Like, I'm not going to let it get me down that we lost. And I think he's like, well, how do we motivate? I mean, he's frustrated. How do we motivate this team to want to be successful, to be in the playoffs in a division where it's very much in their grasp?
Yeah, it's a different era, and I feel you, Shrey.
You guys are parents, like
you have to adapt.
100%.
But I feel like even with, say, the Rams, young coach, but he got OGs on that team. There's a reason why they're successful. I don't like the way the new wave of young coaches come in and say, oh, man, these millennials, I'm going to let them have it their way. They continue to do things the new age way. They'll continue to look at teams like the Patriots and teams built with OGs like the Rams and guys like Peyton Manning who dominated for so long, because there's certain things that never should change, and that's the traditional approach to football, which is respect your elders, don't get in your feelings, and do more on the field than you do off it.
We've got a tradition here on the show of checking in with Will Selva from time to time.
This got heated.
The news out in